Why did you decide to go for Mark?
Well, when we were looking for a new manager, we decided to cast our net a little wider than the normal Scottish managerial merry-go-round that happens, and we decided that we would look south of the border, perhaps see if we could get a person with a broader sense of experience, and Mark fitted the bill. He's got a passion for football, he's got huge experience, in-depth knowledge of the English game over the last number of years, and with Scott Leitch, who until recently was a club captain and had played at Motherwell for a number of years and played in Scotland for a number of years, we feel that it's a really balanced team. We've got someone steeped locally, Motherwell lad, and we've got someone with the broader knowledge, the broader experience of the English game.
Because you'd obviously, lots of former managers and managers have been linked with the post. Did you have a great deal of interest to you?
Yeah, I mean, especially in the close season, a lot of speculation in the press about who you're going to have and you've been talking to. Mark was the only person we offered the job to. He was our first choice. We had a huge amount of interest. Obviously, managing a Premier Scottish Premier League football team is an attractive job. People want to be here. With no shortage of candidates, we feel we've chosen the best one.
And you say there about Mark having experience down south. Is that one of the things that he would know the players down there? And
yes. I mean, obviously the English divisions, there are many more of them, many more players, and if he can attract some players from England up to Scotland to bolster the squad, that will so much the better.
Some people may say though he hasn't been in Scotland for quite a while, and he's been a manager at several clubs already. That's maybe not the best way.
I think he's totally committed to work for Motherwell, totally committed to improving our fortunes, and although he hasn't any knowledge of the Scottish game, he has an in-depth knowledge of football, and he has a Scottish assistant who can complement. So both of them together, I think, are a balanced ticket and a balanced team.
From the board's point of view as well, what scope is there for Mark and Scott to bring in players?
Yeah, well, Motherwell have made a profit, albeit a small one, every year for the last 4 years. We are bank debt free. We own the freehold of our stadium, so we're within a very limited budget. We are in reasonably good financial structure. We have we sold Scott McDonald very sadly last year, so there's a bit of money in the club for Mark to get to bolster the squad. So without being extravagant, the club's in good financial nick, and hopefully he can bring a few additional players into the squad.
Do you think that would be happening soon in the close season?
Well, there's no panic. I think there's a lot of panic buying always happens around the 30th of May. People think there'll be no player. There's a lot of players about. He'll be having a good look. He's got to get the players back, assess the squad. Scott knows the squad because he used to play in it, so he knows most of the players. And between them, they'll decide where our strengths, where our weaknesses are. And on that basis, I would imagine they will go out and start looking round for someone that can add to the squad.
Now, you'd obviously appointed Scott before Mark, which to some may seem a bit unusual that the manager's not.
Well, I don't hold with all this. Mark knew what he was coming into. Mark knew the financial situation at Motherwell. He knew the backroom team at Motherwell. We wanted to appoint Scott Leitch. Scott Leitch had played here. He was a very successful captain. Had commanded enormous respect in the dressing room. He was a community player of the year for 2 years. He lives in Motherwell, got real local roots, and that was a strength rather than and an appeal for Mark rather than a weakness. So I think that we as directors should be appointing the team and then letting them go on with it. So we have no apologies of appointing Scott Leitch before we appointed Mark, not at all.
So what are the expectations then of the new management team? How long do they have to prove themselves?
Well, we had a very disappointing season last year. Given the strength of our squad, given the players that we had, we were disappointed that we were toiling towards the end of the season, and at one stage in the relegation battle, that was not good for the fans. I'd hope that we could improve on that this year. You can't set targets in football. You can't say you can have a spate of injuries, a spate of bad luck, all those things. But we'd hope that we can improve the fortunes of the club. Certainly after last year, that is very, very much a target. We don't want to be where we were at the end of this year.
I mean, top six is a phrase always associated with
Well, I mean, it's every team of our stature wants to get into the top six. It's financially important. It's it's important to the fans. It means that the games are more meaningful towards the end, and and that's an aspiration. Whether we can do it next year, we don't know. Of course, that's what we'd like. The top six is actually probably, if you look at it financially, probably the top three. I mean, there's you get Celtic, Rangers, and Hearts who are in a different financial area, and then you have so it's actually probably only 3 places that are available rather than 6. So.
Okay.